Another team that impressed highly was how they dominated Croatia. Spain, Los Hermanos. Come on, that was unreal what we saw. And unreal equals Lamine Yamal right now. Lamine Yamal, youngest to ever start in Euro 2024, youngest to record an assist, and Lamine Yamal is going to be the youngest to score a goal. We can all see it, and I'm going to say this. He's the best 16-year-old I've ever seen for a national team. I've never seen someone so comfortable and so confident to go against like Joško Gvardiol and get the best of him. Not at the start in the first 30 minutes, but afterwards, Joško Gvardiol couldn't contain Lamine Yamal. So we're dealing here with a generational talent.
That's the thing, is like the youthful energy. I thought it was actually ballsy for De La Fuente to start with Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams. And there's that like bundle of energy, that like youthful naivete, that they just are relentless, and they just go at you and go at you and go at you. And but you can't do what they do if you don't have consummate professionals like Alvaro Morata, up top, and Rodri. I know there was the whole penalty call. I know there was whatever, but he obviously was still rock in the middle. And to get a guy like Unai Simon, who is much maligned, or I wouldn't say much maligned, I'd say like moderately maligned for past showings for the Spanish national team, to put in a pretty good shift for them. But all in all, I looked at it as kind of like youthful energy of Spain and fearlessness and technique and flair versus kind of like it felt like an older, more sluggish Croatia that, to be honest, the scoreline I don't think did it justice. I don't think they blew Croatia out of the water. I think it was much closer than people expected.
I think they dominated.
But
Modric.
they had their choice. They had their chances. They just didn't take them. And I think that's the difference between Spain and Croatia right now. They obviously had the penalty too. That didn't work out for them, and I know there's a lot of whatever.
Tactically, Spain dominated Croatia. Brozovic was a lot of times going to support the fullback to go against Lamine Yamal, and in many times left Fabian Ruiz and Pedri open. Many times. True. And even if we see the goal in which Pedri has the assist with Lamine Yamal at the right-hand side, Brozovic is the reason why that happens. So I believe that I was expecting more from Croatia. Most definitely. And I think they're going to learn from this and they're going to react much better. Okay? The real losers in this game. Okay, Croatia lost the game, but the real losers are whoever's going to face Croatia afterwards. Yes, Italy and Albania. They might be losing these two games because Croatia, for sure, their mentality kings. They react with adversity. Now, Croatia is going to go bold. That is my prediction for you guys at home.
Is it an Argentina moment? Is it Argentina, Saudi Arabia, right? I mean, 3-zip scoreline. I know it's not the same as losing 1-zip or 2-1, whatever it was, to Saudi Arabia, but this is interesting. I mean, and we do need to remember that this is an older team. Yep. This is an older Croatian team. Obviously, you've got Joško Gvardiol in the back there, bringing the average age down. So it's put up or shut up time for Croatia. And I was waxing poetic about Zlatko Dalic. They've been punching above their weight for years and years and years with as little population as they have. So sometimes these things come to an end. I don't know. I don't expect it. As you said, these guys feed off of these types of mistakes, these types of learning opportunities, and I'm really, really interested to see how they respond to this. But I've got some weird things about Spain that I'm still trying to process here. Alvaro Morata with his goal becomes the third, moves into a tie for third with Antoine Griezmann and Alan Shearer, all time on the Euro list goal scorer, behind Cristiano Ronaldo and a certain Michel Platini with 7 goals. And Alvaro Morata, you can give him shtick for whatever you want to give him shtick for, but he's played for some of the best teams on the planet.
True.
And he seems to score Now his third Euros in a row. He's got a goal for Spain, and he seems to pop up when he needs to. Never like insanely brilliant, and also never insanely bad. He's just consistent,
For
right?
Spain?
Consistently consistent.
For Spain, I definitely see a different type of player than we see at club level. I completely agree with what you said. And it's interesting that Morata does this amazing feat of having now. Morata now has 7 goals in Euros ever, and he's got a 12 million release clause. Don't be surprised if a club's impressed by the performances of Alvaro Morata, because this team of Spain will be definitely hard to beat in the knockout stage. And we said it in the last podcast. Spain are a team to watch because the development of these players in this Euro, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, and many others, are going to improve a lot more for the World Cup in 2026, okay? Lamine Yamal in the next Euros is going to be 20 years old. And in the 2038 World Cup, he's going to be 30. He's going to be 30. That is mad. That's the longevity king if he gets it right. And we can see that playing for Spain and Barcelona, he's got that chip on his shoulder of wanting to be the best in the world. He's one of the best right wingers, dribbling wise, in the world right now. Okay, definitely.
It's Carvajal, it's goofy.
It's surprising to me that Carvajal had his first game in the Euros, it was Carvajal's first starts in the Euros. Okay, after scoring the UCL final and his first goal, exactly. So Dani Carvajal, just like Lamine Yamal, is also breaking records. And that just shows he's an underrated player. The only player ever to start 6 UCL games, played his first start in the Euros at the age of 32. So that is quite mad in my opinion.
Bonkers.
And Pedri.
I had that one down too. And but before we move on from that really quickly, just another, Cucurella deserves a mention. He was great in this game. Just like Alvaro Morata has made a career out of getting crap for literally just not being legendary all the time. Cucurella is in the midst of his kind of like, I can do some things. See, I'm a very serviceable player. I thought he was very good for them. I thought he was very good for Chelsea at the end of the season there. And it's springboarding himself into next season. I expect him to have a very good next season. And then I have to bring up Fabian Ruiz because I thought that was just, sorry, sir, I was not fully aware of your game, right? And that was just a goal and an assist. Beautifully taken goal, where he slalomed through and juked through quite a few Croatian defenders before slotting it pretty calmly at home. And you don't get to see that often. You don't get to see it for PSG. I saw it a little bit for Betis way back in the day, but when he moved to PSG, you kind of lost sight of him from time to time. And that's what makes him such a good player, I assume. And I've only heard great things about anyone that's ever managed him. So it's good to see him kind of take front and center, because a lot of people had the same epiphany that I had during that game. Like, okay, man, I didn't know you could necessarily do that. Good job.
And for scouts, I've spoken to many scouts in the last few years. A lot of scouts admire big time Fabian Ruiz. They say he's, in terms of stats and in terms of what you see, he's one of the most complete midfielders that you can get in the market. And that's why Luis Campos at PSG is like, no. This guy, he's got to come. He's got to come. But yes, a goal and an assist, quite fitting for the player that he is, that we expect for better things to come as long as the tournament goes. But if Fabian Ruiz wasn't there, if Gavi was there playing, Fabian Ruiz, I do not believe would be starting. So a very interesting tournament for Fabian Ruiz, because he's got to prove himself as a high-level player for Spain. And my last mention is Pedri. Pedri with an assist. Pedri with 100% passes completed. Pedri with 100% tackles won. And Pedri more involved offensively. I expect Hansi Flick to have a lot more goals with Pedri with his style of play. And Lamine Yamal, Pedri, a Gavi, a Hector Fort, the future of Spain and Barcelona is in safe hands with these players. It's beautiful to see what is happening in this national team. I'm very hyped for what we're gonna see. But let us know, people. Do you agree with what we said about the Euros? Let us know down below your thoughts. And will Spain, will Italy, will Germany, who will win Euro 2024? Is it one of the teams that we just mentioned. And more videos will be
We'll
posted,
see.
people, okay, about
Oh,
Euro
yeah.
2024. So subscribe to FC Wonder Kid